A little note on physics. When a mousetrap goes off, it typically leaps into the air while snapping shut. This is because of Newton's third law of motion that states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In the case of a mousetrap, it means that some of the killing power is lost to catapulting the whole base of the trap into the air. This is not ideal. I want the full force of the trap to hammer down on the poor little creature. Therefore I decided to mount the metal traps on some pieces of wood, heavy enough to resist the force from the spring in the trap and directing all of the power down onto the rodent. I baited with port salad cheese and placed the 2 mouse traps up on the box of bird feed and the 2 rat traps on the ground. It did not take long for the camera to trigger. Eagerly I had a look at what it had recorded. But no! Disaster! Melker the cat! How the hell did you get into the shed? Anxiously I watched Melker carefully tread his way around the shed without setting off any traps. Even though it seems as if he actually ate one of the pieces of cheese from the rat trap just below the Thanos. I went out and explored around the shed. He had managed to find a way in under the wall on the side, so I quickly blocked the hole with some paving bricks. I rebaited the trap with some bottled rodent candy. Pretty soon the mice returned. 2 of them gnawed away on the cheese. And pretty soon I could see that one of them was dead in the trap, while the other one continued working on the cheese. Mice are apparently not very sentimental. A little while later the second of the mouse traps had triggered, but no mouse was caught in it. Though suddenly there was a mouse on the ground, approaching one of the rat traps. And in the next clip a mouse was obviously stone cold dead in the rat trap. Could it have been catapulted down when the second mouse trap triggered? With 2 of its buddies now dead in traps around it, the third mouse continued working happily away on the cheese in the now harmless second mousetrap. I guess that one mouse's meat is really another mouse's poison. It returned many times at different hours during the night, completely unfazed by the mayhem around it. In the morning I went out into the shed and emptied the traps. I rebaited and reset them. Finally some progress. 2 down, but obviously plenty more where they came from. And still the Thanos MK47 has only cost me money and returned nothing. I have to refocus on making that thing worth the expense somehow. Then suddenly I realize that I have never actually tested that the Thanos really works. Maybe it has caught nothing because it is defective somehow? I decided to poke around in it with a stick and see if it actually fires. It does work. But it took me a while to actually trigger its sensor. I don't know if that is good or bad. On one hand, you wouldn't want it to trigger on the rodent's nose. But on the other hand, it is not good if the rat can get in and out with its head without actually trigger it. But at least I now know that it works. To get a better view of what's going on, I mounted a second camera, directly monitoring the Thanos from the side, while also capturing anything that might happen around the rat traps on the ground. I will rebait the Thanos, and now we'll just have to wait and see what happens.